Hey guys, so I'm going to do a little project today. So it's my last video doing an oil change. I mentioned a creaking in the clutch. Sorry for the dog. The creaking in the clutch is the spot welds that are kind of separating on the clutch. I guess it's the master cylinder bracket. I'm guessing. I think that's what it is. So I got a little kit. Instead of having to take apart the whole dashboard and re-welding everything, I have a little hardware kit with some locking washers, some thread locker, and some silicone. And basically just going to take apart the wiper cowl and the wiper assembly and get in there and then basically fish these vented set screws, fish them through the back of the bracket and then set them that way instead of having to take the whole dash apart, which would probably take me like a whole week because I'm not that good at it. So when I start taking apart the wiper cowl, and we'll start from there. Alright, so I have most of it taken apart already anyway, but you got 14 mil socket for the wiper blades themselves. I have everything counted, so we got the passenger side off. But take those off. I've already taken the clips off, but there's usually some clips here for the cowl itself. And all this just kind of comes apart very easily, pretty much as one piece. You also have these little side clips here, but they're pretty easy to take apart and put back together. Then from here, you have your wiper arm assembly here. So it's going to be the motor. It's going to have, I believe, 3 10mm little bolts there that we're going to take off, and then that will expose the spot welds, or the damaged spot welds. Get these off. You can stop it real quick. Alright, so got those 3 done. I have a little plug here that takes off the electric connector. Just gonna put this to the side. And then if you come around here, I'm going to have 6 spot welds. So this one's bad. So that's already just, pretty much separated, cracked the sheet metal. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's a 6th one that I can't remember exactly where it is. I'll clean some of this dust off to find it. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the 4th one? I can't find it. There's 2 more on the back here, and those have definitely come off. So we're going to start with the damaged ones. You want to do them one by one. We're going to drill them out, drill a larger hole, and then fish the vented set screws with some wire through the inside of the cabin from the pedals up, and then we'll set them in that way. So it's pretty straightforward. It should only take maybe about an hour to do. So I'll get that going and then show you how to do the rest. Alright, so I'm going to start drilling. I have a little pilot bit here, and then I have some drill bits there. I think I'm going to use the 3/8. It's going to be the closest, so it's going to give it enough size to get those set screws in. So I'm told that you don't want to drill any pat. You don't want to drill about a 1/2 inch through once you've drilled all the way in. So you want to be kind of careful, just because there might be some wiring harness or some other hardware in there. strong enough. Through. Huh? Fucked. Making it good? Mm-hmm. Almost. There we go. So the first hole is through. Oh, it's pretty solid. So now, what I'm going to do here is, this is the hardware we have. Basically, it's this kit nut, a locking washer, I believe that's what it's called, and a vented, I guess it's called, screw here, bolt, whatever we want to call it. So I'm going to fish it through with the wire. Basically, I'm going to put this wire through this hole. It's going to go down to the pedals, and then from inside, I'm going to fish it through like this, block it off on this side so it can't slip all the way through, and then pull it up, and it's going to feed through, and we'll put the nut on it and then lock it up. So it should be that simple. Just do that 6 times. Drill, wire, fish, lock it up, torque it. I think it's about 20 foot-pounds of torque on the screw, on the nut. So just do that 6 times, and that should be it. Should be able to feel a difference just from one. So I'm going to actually kick the clutch, and you can kind of maybe hear what I'm dealing with. Yeah, that popping is horrible. So that's the bracket moving and popping on the sheet metal, and it just gets worse over time. If it gets too bad, the whole bracket floats, and then you can't shift gears. You have to float gears to get to where you need to go, or just get a tow. And this usually at a shop costs about $1,200 to $1,500 for them to rip apart the dashboard and re-weld everything. So this is about a $70 kit, and if you can do it yourself, why not? So I'm going to get to fishing the wire through, and we'll be right back. Alright, just straightening out this wire here. So very simply, just putting it down to the hole and feeding it through, and I can feel it hit the carpet in the bottom. So we'll come over here. It's not hit the pretty Subaru. Like mine, it's all beaten up. And uh-oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So you can come through here, and you see the wire right there coming down through the pedals. You can barely see it on the video, but you can see it. So I'm going to put the vented set screw on there, kink the wire, whatever we want to call it, and then pull it through from the front. Really excited. Hopefully it'll just feed and not get caught on a bunch of random stuff like it feels like it already is. see it. Trying to figure out what. Pause it. So we're fighting with this for quite a while. There's insulation or carpet up there, so when you're feeding the wire through, it's fine. But when you're feeding the vented lock setting screw, whatever they're called, back through, it catches on the insulation or the carpet. So if you can figure out a way to pull the carpet back, or have a buddy, my brother, got in there and helped pull the carpet back while I pulled it through the top, it helped. So we tried going at a different angle on the second spot weld. That didn't work as well either, so we're going to do that one next. But this is already set in, got the thread locker on there. It's torqued down to 20 foot-pounds, and just from fixing one of the 6, it's already a million times better. It's not creaking, it's not popping, it's not screaming. That was a seat. It's not screaming. Like, it's already, that's just one. So 5 more to go, and it'll be perfect without ripping out the dashboard. So we'll get to it. All right, so we fed the wire through this second hole. Marcel put the bolt, screw, whatever you want to call it, through the vented thing, and we're feeding it through. So we're trying to avoid the insulation right now. We're stuck in the carpet again. So this just kind of gives an idea of what you have to do. I wish I had a better flashlight, but you can't really see in there. But if you see that yellow in there, that's part of it. There's the screw, the bolt. But there was some yellow in there that popped through. But that was the insulation that's getting caught on. You just have to get a buddy or figure out a way to push that insulation back, or rip it out altogether if you don't really care about that kind of stuff. Let's see it. Boom. So I got it. So now we're going to keep tension on here, so that's all the way through. So what I'm going to do here is get the crushing, the locking washer, slide that down, that goes on, and then the, where did I put it? Oh man, where did I put the nut? Stick it here. Oh. Did I give it to you? What? The nut? No. Wow. That'd be good. No, they're bigger.
This is the part of the video where you like speed it up and like on the bottom of the text be like, we lost the nut.
I dropped the nut. Yeah. Alright, and we feed the nut through. It's a learning process for everyone. Oh yeah, and then we get a little bit of thread locker. If we could dab a couple drops of thread locker on there.
You don't want that river like you did last time?
Not quite the river, but I don't care either way. Good. That's good. Alright,
That's too much.
Thread locker on there. Yeah, it's fine. And it's just snug, so it's just gonna stay in there. And then you can hop in there and I'll feed this through. I'm stuck. Probably on the insulation. There we go. Yep. So he's got it on the other side and just pulls it through. And easy peasy. So from here, to get it nice and snug, the way these are set up, I'll show you here. So you have, there's basically an Allen key head on here. So got our Allen key here, and I'm pretty much just going to hold it here while I tighten it down. So you don't want the bolt itself to spin, you just want the nut to spin. It's getting pretty tight, so once it gets a little tighter, I'll put the torque wrench on it. That's good, it's not moving. Oops, sorry. And we've got the torque wrench set to 20 foot-pounds here. It's going to be a little more difficult with the other spot welds that are kind of up here, but we'll tackle that in a bit. Get a swivel and an extension. Almost there. There it is. 20 foot-pounds. Click, click. All right. So we'll do the next 4, and that'll be it. I only have to though. I'm already kind of get the gist. All right. The sun set very quickly, so it's pretty dark, but we got the hood light on. So that's all 6. So they are all torqued down, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6 are under there in the shadow realm. Just gonna clean it up a little bit, get some of the metal shavings out. Then I unfortunately was using blue thread locker instead of red. I'll keep an eye on it. If I feel anything weird, I'll back some of them out, reapply red. But now I just have some silicone, so we're just going to fill these gaps where the vents are, because obviously water's going to get in there, snow, ice, dirt, everything is going to get in there. Probably would even whistle with wind noise. So I'm just going to silicone the holes and probably just around the nuts and the bolts as well, just to be extra safe. But some people will paint, clear coat, whatever. It's not for visual anything, so I'm just going to silicone it, seal it up, and keep it away from the weather, and then that'll be it. So we'll come back with that. These for? Okay. What are these for, Alec? What? I'll wash your assembly. There we go. All right. So it's going to be sloppy. I don't care. I'm just going to fill the hole. And then some. flash on it?
I can put it on.
Yeah, let's see. Okay. Just so I can get in here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Cool. And I'll just let that set. I mean, you should let it set for about 24 hours, but it probably will take a couple hours for it to set and harden. I might do a little more, some around the bolts, but other than that, that is it. Took a little longer, had a couple of snags with the insulation, but other than that, it is pretty straightforward. It's definitely saves you time. Spend 70 bucks on the kit, or make it yourself, or even cheaper. And instead of taking it to a shop or body shop and spending $1,200–1,500 for somebody to do it, just do it yourself. So I already felt it, so I'm just gonna actually show you. All 6 on there, nice and quiet. It's awesome. Perfect. It's night and day, man. So I can't wait to drive. It's probably going to honestly shift smoother because there's going to be less flex, because all 6 points are finally reconnected. It's going to be less flex, it's going to be stiffer, so it's probably going to shift better and just feel better altogether. So I've been avoiding driving lately because I'm just waiting for the gears to start floating and then not be able to get in or out of gear. So, but yeah, that's it. We'll put the wiper assembly back together, the cowl back on, and that's it. So thanks for watching and hanging in there, and hopefully you learned something today, and let me know if you have any questions. See ya. Hey guys, also I should have cited my source here. Big thanks to Peter at Humble Rumble. This is the kit that I bought to do that clutch bracket spot weld thing. But yeah, it's inexpensive. There's accessory kits you can buy as well. That have like the drill bit, the wire, the thread locker, and the silicone. So go check out Humble Rumble. He even sends a little thank you card and a custom sticker for you, so if you want to rep that. But I'll see if I can put a link down below as well, so you can get in contact with him and order from him as well. Takes a little bit for him to make and ship them out because he does have a pretty high demand, but it's ingenious. You could obviously make this yourself, but it's just so simple to order from him. Instead of having to go to part stores and making everything and hopefully it works or it doesn't work. So it's just very solid. So I definitely love it. So yeah, again, Humble Rumble, big shout out to him. So thank you very much, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.